Hi, my name is Bridget Page. I work at the Medical Education Campus at Northern Virginia Community College. And today we're here with two representatives from Grand Canyon University who are going to give us an overview and share some great information about transferring to their nursing programs. Welcome, and thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, Bridget. My name is Kim Martin. I'm a University Development Counselor, and I am super excited to be talking with you.
We appreciate your time. Sorry.
It's okay. My name is Cecilia. I am a Northern Virginia Community College nursing program graduate, and I am also a Grand Canyon BSN graduate. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for the time. And it's so great to have a former NOVA student here to give us some information as well. So we appreciate both of you guys and the time that you are spending with us today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Can you tell me, Kim, a little bit of an overview of your program?
So Grand Canyon University has over 225 academic programs. We are both a on-campus and an online university. Our programs that I mainly work with are the nursing programs. Our RN to BSN, we have bridge programs, we have 5 masters, and we have 2 DNP programs as well. And we are regionally accredited school, and our nursing programs are all CCNE accredited as well. Cecilia, were you going to share a little bit with us about how you learned about Grand Canyon and your experience coming on board?
Absolutely. So I met Kim at a fair, I guess, education fair at the NOVA campus, at the Med campus. And I was, like many of you, getting my ADN and knew that I wanted to do so much more, especially living in the Northern Virginia area. A lot of the hospitals are magnet, which means that they require you to have a BSN. So even if you start at a hospital with your ADN, within 6 months, they require you to have your BSN. So I knew that I wanted to find a reputable school, and I wanted to find something that I could do, and that was Grand Canyon.
That's great. So what are the application deadlines for your programs?
We are extremely friendly when it comes to the application process. We have rolling admissions, so that allows us to customize each and every one of the nurses' schedules to really meet their needs. Our RN to BSN starts classes every Monday, and our MSN classes and DNP classes start every Thursday.
Wow, that's highly flexible. Cecilia, did you find that was one of the reasons why you selected their school, or what did you like about that?
Absolutely. Not only are the deadlines flexible, so if you have a vacation coming up, or if you're starting a new job, or there's something that you think, I can't do this right now, you have so much flexibility. And Kim was really great in helping to walk me through the application. So that was not difficult at all, but it made it so easy.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to add a little. So that just made me think of another question. So when it starts on Monday, so how long are each class? Like 8 weeks, 6 weeks, or self-paced?
So our classes run Monday through Sunday, and they are 5 weeks long in the 11 class series. The last class is 10 weeks long because that's where we have our practicum hours, so we expand that. Our MSN classes that run Thursday through Wednesday are actually 8 weeks long.
Oh, okay, that's good. Good. So are there prerequisites to get into your program?
I think this is the question that I like students to ask me the most, because we don't have any prerequisites. We will transfer the full 84 credits from your ADN in nursing into our program. And if you have not completed that full 84 credits, then what I do is I sit down with each and every single one of my nurses and discuss their options with them. But no, we have no prerequisites.
Cecilia, that was probably very attractive to you, right? Like that saves you a lot of time.
It was the most attractive thing about going to Grand Canyon. And while I didn't have to worry about taking ethics or, an additional statistics class or a whole slew of other classes that, you know, my classmates were taking to try to get into other classes, other schools, without any real guarantee that they were going to get into them. I was just able to focus on my ADN at the time. And then when I finished, I could just go right into Grand Canyon. So it's definitely a selling point, and it made it very easy.
I would think so. It would save you a lot of money and some time. Are any of those courses, do you have to take at Grand Canyon, or it's just they accept your degree and when you go to Grand Canyon, it's all nursing classes?
No, I'm sorry, Kim, go on.
You go ahead.
I did have to take an ethics class and I did have to take a statistics class, but they weren't prerequisites. They were part of the program. And as Kim mentioned, the 5-week blocks make it so easy. You take one class at a time. I guess you could take more than one, but the one was so manageable. In 5 weeks, you're done and you just move on.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. What's the cost of your program?
So right now our RN to BSN classes are $360 per credit. And we have start dates again for that all throughout the year. I really have a difficult time answering that question because I customize each and every single one of my nurses' programs. So I look at their tuition benefits. I look at the different scholarship options that we have available to them. So a lot of my students pay very little out of pocket. In fact, a lot of my students, I have some students that pay $50 for their entire bachelor program because we customize it to fit their needs.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good that you're working. And then it also gives them that personal touch and you really are there for them throughout the program.
Yes, I really want to reiterate that Kim was there throughout my whole program. If I got a class that I couldn't do, or, you know, I was in the program with another friend, and if they put us in separate classes, Kim was able to kind of work with us and work with the school so that we could take the class together and do our homework together. She really made it easy and fun.
Oh, that's great. I like that. I know. That's a good selling point right there, because sometimes it's just, you have so much, you have a family, you have work, you have that, to have someone there that you know you can count on that will help you with any questions as you go throughout the program.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Okay. So the other thing that sometimes I feel like I get asked is, so are there tests? And if there are tests, I'm sure there's some type of test, but do they have to go out to testing centers to take their tests?
So we have no testing in our program. And unless you are, the caveat to that is if you have to take statistics, in which I believe all Northern Virginia nursing students have already taken statistics before they come to us. Statistics does have testing, but you do not have to go to, they're not proctored. The rest, if you have already waived stats, which most of my NOVA students have, then there are absolutely no tests in the program.
I can attest to that, no test.
That's good. So is it just a lot of like hands-on type, practicum type assignments?
It's a lot of discussion posts. So there's a reading or an article or a question that's posed, and you have to answer the discussion post, and then you have to respond to your classmates. When you respond to your post, oftentimes you have to have some sort of evidence, and you have to cite that evidence properly. But it gives you the ability to delve into a subject or a topic with your classmates and on your own.
And can I
Oh, yeah,
add
sure, go.
Sorry. So before each and every single one of my students starts the program, I sit down with you and I go through your entire portal. So we have an in-person orientation. And I show you all the requirements for the entire program and walk you through the entire portal so you know where to find everything, what days you have to have your assignments due, what days you have to have your discussion due, and what all those requirements are. So you know before you start the program what your entire program is going to look like, and then each 5 weeks, the entire 5 weeks is laid out for you before the very first day of class as well.
Yeah, that's very helpful. So another question, sorry, I'm adding questions, but one more question, quick question. Books, is there a lot of books purchases or is it part of the program?
Part of the program. Yep.
That's good. Should I be working while I'm going in the program?
Cecilia, you want to answer that one or me?
So this is, I guess, an individual choice. I am an older returning student. I've had 2 careers before coming back to nursing, but I happen to have 3 small children. I think when I started, my daughter was 4 at the time. So I had a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And I did work full time when I started the program, and I was able to do it all. Just because, you know, some of the things that we talked about, the 5-week blocks, taking one class at a time, Kim's support, kind of knowing what was expected of me, the lack of exams, and being able to pace myself through the program. So in my honest opinion, you can do it while you're working, but you don't have to. So it's really up to you.
So with the practicum, you said at the end, do you place them? Or can they do it on the job?
So we do not place anybody, and my joke to that is if we took somebody from Inova and put them over at MedStar and Inova would both have our tuchuses.
Yeah.
So we don't place anybody, but if you're working at Inova, MedStar, George Washington, we do have affiliation agreements with all of those hospitals. HCA, so we have very strong relationships. So finding a preceptor is not as difficult for a BSN as it is sometimes maybe for an FMP. So it's much easier, and we do have all those agreements in place.
Okay, that's good. Did you have any problems with that, Cecilia?
I was working at the time, so I was able to get a preceptor from my job.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to just give you an opportunity, Cecilia, to did you want to add anything about Grand Canyon, about your experience at Nova or work, anything that you'd like to add?
So I guess the best thing that I could say is that I really appreciated the flexibility of working at Grand Canyon, not working, but getting my bachelor's through Grand Canyon. It was easy. It was, I felt supported all the time, which I think a lot of people worry about doing an online program. My instructors were always available. They were always there to listen. Kim was always there to help me if I needed something, and that really meant a lot to me. And the second thing that I'd like to mention is that I was worried about getting a reputable education because I had planned on getting my nurse practitioner degree, and I was able to do that. Every school that I applied to, I got into, and I am now in my 2nd year of NP school here in Virginia. And, you know, I don't feel at a disadvantage because I went anywhere, you know, that wasn't an in-person school. Everything that I learned, everything that we talked about, I am able to contribute in my master's classes to those conversations. And, you know, I have it all. You know, I was able to work, get my BSN, and then enter my FNP program. So it really made it very easy.
That's great. So now it's your turn, Kim. What, if the students have more questions or they're interested in your program, how do they contact you?
So it's just as easy as shooting me a text message or giving me a call or sending me an email. I am extremely accessible. I am the local counselor here in Virginia who works solely with nurses and healthcare professionals. So if anybody needs my help, all they have to do is look at that contact information and reach out any which way.
All right, sounds good. And just so you guys know, she does come to our campus. Right now it's virtual because of we're just closed. And so if you would like to get more information and speak to her virtually, you can also reach out to us and we can give you that information. Or we will also add, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. We'll advertise the dates that she's coming on our social media sites. So just keep an ear out. You can contact us or contact her if you'd like more information. I'd like to thank you guys so much for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with the students. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
Thank you for sharing.
Go Lopes.